back up. I talked about my granddad a little bit and his legacy. Um, it's important always to have that why, and I would actually tell you that he is my why, always. But it's not that I just want to have the ability to be like him, but I want to be even better than he was. And frankly, it's a very tall order for those folks that actually knew my granddad. But then, and in that, you have stories such as you know some of the stories I've told you before. Some of the stories I haven't told you about myself was like we had a couple years ago. Matter of fact, the phone that we're doing the interview on right now, and it says it's a Diamond Award for Pew Service. It's from the Delaware Military Support Foundation here in Delaware. And what they do is for military families, when those families are in need, they go to this organization. And there's all kinds of needs that they need, or that they could be, in need of. And so this particular, the reason why we won this Diamond Award, which is one of the reasons why, and this kind of goes back to my grandfather, because these are the kinds of things that he would do. So I'm in Rotary, you know that.
Right.
And a Rotarian. And so one of my Rotarian brothers he's the president of this award, or not this award, but this foundation. And so about 2 or 3 weeks prior to this going on, I had a phone call from an old gentleman, a very good customer of ours. I told you that, we're generational. And so he called me up and he said, Mark, I got this lawnmower, and I bought it a couple years ago and everything, and you guys have serviced it and stuff. And he said, but I'm getting older now and I just don't cut grass anymore. And he says, you guys have serviced us so well. He said, can you please just take it? And I was like, are you sure? Because, I told him I'd give him something for it, and he said, no, don't want anything for it. And so I was like, okay, this is when you know that there's a God. Okay, this is where faith and everything comes from. And so anyway, so we get the lawnmower back here. We get it all serviced. You know what we do when we service it and everything. So we service it all up. We actually put it out here. I got a phone call from Bill Hare, who's the president of this foundation. He's also a councilman for Dover. And so he calls me and he says, I have a gentleman, he's an airman, and he has a family. He has 2 children and a wife. He has stage 4 cancer, and I can't remember the style of cancer that he had, but he had stage 4 cancer, and he loves to cut his grass, and normally he likes to walk, push mow it. And he said, but he can't, it's not what he can do anymore. And he said, you don't happen to have a lawnmower over there, do you? And I said, I do, actually. And so it's important that we recognize when God has given us something, that we're not supposed to make money off of some things. And this was not something, it was given to me. And so I that's something that you know right away. And so called Bill up, I told him, I said, yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got something. So anyway, the gentleman, it was all in the newspaper and all that kind of stuff, but we gave him the lawnmower. It was completely serviced, took it out there to him, and so certainly it is those kinds of things that when you ask, those are the kinds of things that my granddad used to do, and so I want to do the same kinds of things, more of it. Okay. All right. So there.